Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Keisha, and today I created this fall smoky eye featuring a brown lip. Let's begin by priming our eyelids using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Eden. I'm then going to set that in place by using some translucent powder, and I'm just going to use this to make sure that our eyeshadows blend on nice and seamlessly. Taking MAC Saddle on a Morphe M441 brush, I'm just going to use this as our transition shade and blend this back and forth in our crease using windshield wiper motions and circular motions. This is just going to act as our transition shades and help our other colors blend out nice and evenly. Then taking MAC's Brown Script on that same brush, I'm just going to blend that in the crease as well, just to provide a little bit of more warmth and definition to the eye. Going in with a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go back and forth in my crease using windshield wiper motions just to diffuse those eyeshadows so that we don't have any harsh lines. Now going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in the shade Fudge on a Morphe M322 brush, I'm just going to apply that shadow to the outer part of our eyelids just to help deepen it up and just define that outer V. I'm then going to drag that shadow into the crease just to provide a little bit more definition and depth to the eye. Next, I'm going to just go in with MAC's Ground Brown and Carbon on a e.l.f. detailed brush, and I'm just going to also apply that to the outer portion of my eyelids just to deepen it up a little bit more and give it more of a smoky look. I'm just going to go back and forth with adding colors to the outer V and just blending that back and forth in my crease also just to provide a little bit more definition and give the eye look a little bit more depth. I'm going to also do the exact same thing to the other eyelid as well. Then going back in with that Morphe M441 brush, I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines and make sure that those eyeshadows blend nice and evenly together. Then taking MAC's Bamboo on a e.l.f. shadow brush, I'm just going to pack that all over the lids just to help brighten up the eyelids a little bit more. As you can tell, I'm just doing pattern motions, and then I like to go back and sweep the eyeshadow just to make sure that it's all over the lids. And because that shadow just wasn't as bright as I want, I went back in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Peach and just packed that on top of that shadow as well, just to brighten up the eyelids even more. Then going back in with a blending brush with a little bit of Brown Script and Saddle on it, I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines. Then taking MAC's Bamboo, I'm just going to apply that to the high points of my brow bones, making sure to blend that down into the crease. Then going back in with a blending brush, I'm just going to blend out those harsh lines just to make sure that everything blends together and there's no breaks. Then taking a clean makeup wipe, I'm just going to remove any makeup that may have fallen down on our cheeks and just to help clean up those eyeshadows. Then going with a flat definer brush and taking MAC's Carbon, I'm just going to apply that to our lash line, and this is just going to help smoke this look out even more. So I'm just following the natural shape of my lashes, and this is going to help also cover up our band when we apply our falsies. It's okay if you're messy with this step because we're just going to smoke out the lash line anyways. Now going in with that flat detail brush, I'm just going to begin smoking out the lash line. Then take your favorite coat of mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational, and I'm just going to apply a generous amount to my lashes just to prep them for falsies. For falsies today, I'll be using the Ardell Studio Effects in the style Wispie, and I'm just going to make sure that I apply those very close to my lash line, just so that you can't see any gaps between your falsies and your real lashes. Once I've got my lashes on how I want them, I make sure that I press my fake and real lashes together and then fluff them up. Now going into our face, I'm just going to prime using the NYX Hydro Touch and the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I first took the NYX Hydro Touch and applied it all over my face just to help provide a little bit of hydration and to get rid of any dry patches. I then applied the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer to all my problematic areas such as my chin, my cheeks, and my nose. This is just going to allow that our foundation goes on nice and smooth. For foundation, I'll be taking the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 13 Chestnut, and I'm just taking a pump and a half and just dotting that all over my face, and then I'm just going to take a damp beauty sponge and blend that foundation out. Then taking the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. You guys, I am obsessed with this concealer. It's lightweight but very full coverage. I'm going to use that to highlight the high points of my face, such as under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my cheek, and my chin, and this is just going to help provide light back into our face. Then I'm just going to blend that out using the same damp sponge that we used to blend out our foundation. Then to set that concealer in place, I'm taking the Mercier translucent setting powder and I'm just patting that right under my eyelids just to set that concealer and to make sure that it doesn't budge. I'm not baking, I'm just making sure that I press that translucent powder directly into the concealer just to set it in place. Then I'm taking a large powder brush and making sure just to blend everything out. Now taking my favorite makeup product at the moment, I'm using the Ruby Kiss. This is the Ruby Kisses 3D Art Contour Palette, and I'm just going to use this shade right here to just warm up my face and just provide a little bit more definition and shallow out any areas that I want and make them look more chiseled. I love this contour palette because it is nice and smooth. The powders are so buttery and finely milled, and as you can see, it just blends nice and seamlessly all over the face. Now for blush, I'm just taking this peachy blush from my e.l.f. palette that I talked about in my Ride or Die tag. If you haven't checked it out, I will link it down below. But I'm just using this to provide a little bit of warmth, making sure to blend that back into the contour. Then for highlight, I'm taking Laura Geller's Gilded Honey, and I'm just applying that to the high points of my face, making sure to hit the top of my cheekbones and around my brows. And I'm also going to take that down the bridge of my nose. Now I'm taking my MAC Fix Plus just to spritz my face and to make sure that all those powders and highlight blend nicely together. Then I'm taking that beauty sponge and just pressing everything into the skin. I just noticed that this helps give it a more flawless effect. Then to even intensify that highlight even more, I'm just going back over it. Then taking the Marc Jacob's Highliner Gel Liner in black, I'm just using that to line my waterline. And this is just going to give the eyes a more sultry look. Then to set that in place, I'm taking MAC's Carbon on a flat definer brush and just applying that right on top of that liner. Then I'm going to take a tapered blending brush with a little bit of brown script and blend that out so that our eyes get a more smoky look. Then apply your favorite Laura Lashes mascara. I'm using the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. And then to highlight our inner tear ducts, I'm just taking that same Laura Geller Gilded Honey and just popping that into my inner eyes just to highlight it. Then taking the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, I'm just going to spritz that all over my face just to make sure that our makeup doesn't go anywhere. Now for my favorite part, the lips. I'm taking the Kylie Cosmetics Lip Liner in True Brown K. You guys, I love her lip liners. They are so creamy, so pigmented, and they just last all day long. So if you haven't got any of those, you might need to check them out because I'm obsessed. Now taking Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted, I'm just going to apply that all over my lips, and you are finished with this lip once you have this lip color on. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you share it and comment down below what you'd like to see next. And I will see you all in my next video, but make sure that you subscribe as well. Bye, you guys.